tell us a little bit about your career?
Well, I used to be in the convent, and they didn't like my vocabulary or my kind of non-conventionality. So I left the convent and I started my own. It's called the Priory of Perpetual Purity. And I started a line of purity products to help women and men who want to control themselves until it's the right time. So we encourage people to think about the option to save themselves for the right time, till they're with somebody they're committed to. Because a lot of the times people offer themselves, too much of themselves, too quickly, and it gets them in a bind. It gets them locked in before they really have an objective view of the person they're with. And a lot of times people are also turning sex into more like a meal. And I say, you are not fast food. See? Right here.
Okay, let's look at these products.
Yes. I can tell you a little more about these. Okay. These are some of my slogans. For people to say, I am not your slut. Keep tight, sister. Keep it tucked, brother. Lock your cock is one of people's favorite ones. You are not fast food. So you can see they're very symbolic. So we also have, these my mother actually made. I have a prayer for purity. It says, Lord, help me to keep tight and do what is right. I know it isn't a waste to be called chaste. So when I'm faced with fleshly yearning, help me to keep learning. It's never too late to wait for my perfect mate. Now, people have different ideas of when it's the right time or not. I'm not going to tell people when it's right or wrong. But I want people to at least think about holding on. To women, I say, control your hole. To men, I say, lock your cock. And think, at least think about waiting and what the values of that could be. I also have the slogans, fight the filth on bar soap. The image stays on until the soap is gone. We have Pink Nun night lights. And it says to brighten up those dark places. I have zines that I used to create. I don't make them anymore, but I still have a few left. We have patches that some people like to wear. These are limited edition t-shirts. These are nice and quality made with some of my favorite slogans. The favorites are the purity panties. And with some of them, I have very few left of You Ain't Getting None, because that's one of people's favorite designs. And I'm almost sold out of those. We have no entry without valid license. The Nature Preservation Site, and it has a picture of a little beaver chewing a log in half. Same over here, we have one with just a simple lock. These are people who just like to keep it simple. All of them also have a patch of this seat saved on the back of them. And then that's all over this pattern. So we have, I think, 6 different designs of purity panties. And then for the men, I used to only have panties. And the men complained that they wanted something too, because of course, my ideas are both for men and women. Just being female, I started making products for females. But, you know, as you can see, we have Lock Your Cock. You Ain't Getting None. And the Keep It Tucked Brother boxers. So, many products for sale just to help encourage people to think about keeping tight, holding on. Would you like to hear any of my poems?
Sure.
Okay. I have some shorter, some longer. She went to bed, got knocked up, and said, oh, dread, I wish I'd done something else instead. You're on a date, it's getting late, he thinks you owe him, he wants you to blow him. Girl, get a spine, don't go for that line. So you can see in the convent they didn't like my vocabulary. I like to talk to people in a maybe more unconventional way. Get gritty, dirty, you know, whatever we have to talk about, talk real, because these are real situations, real choices people make. It can be quite a sting when you go and swing without a ring. You see, along with that thing, consequences come. And add up the regrets, what's the sum? could burn. Gusts of lust are fed into your head. Don't be blind to what's on your mind. Don't feed that weed, it's not a need. If you jump ahead into an early bed, you'll find a bind that's hard to unwind. This is one of my short Valentine poems. She stayed, got laid, but she got played. Now she just wants him spayed. You do a little ditty so you can pet my kitty. Don't need your touch to be my crutch. I've got plenty of love from heaven above. If you don't want to know the woman inside, then step aside, 'cause I've got purity pride. Sex is good, sex is great. Let us each decide our fate. Self-respect demands a weight. Mind over matter. Decide to get empowered before you get deflowered. This is the hour of willpower. Here's another Valentine poem. She thought that he would leave her, so she gave him head. And after he got some beaver, he still fled. I'm not hard on all the men, I'm hard on the women too. Just 'cause he drools when you shake your booty, don't make it your duty to be his tool. Don't be no fool, giving out ain't cool, or he'll be spreading the word to the piggish herd to get some butt from his slut. Have some guts to leave the putts. Get out of the rut before you go nuts. She decided sex was a waste when she got laced with an infectious paste. Now she just wished that she'd been chased. I have a few more. You want me to keep going? Okay. You played with the snake, but when you wake, what will it take? You can try to fight against the bite, but you can't shake all that's at stake. Just follow the light and keep tight. My mouth down south won't eat your meat. You better get uncocked, 'cause these lips are locked. This one's called Wake Up Call. You see a chick and like her rack, you conjure up your plan of attack. It all proceeds back to the sack. One by one you conquer them fast, but the feelings never seem to last. Your pleasure in it starts to crack, and all your losses circle back. I've got looks that can kill, but this will hold still. I'm in control of my hole. Won't lull to your pull, I'm giving nil. This one's called Cock Tuck. Much of the flock will park their ship at the dock. They all talk about going round the block. Are you gonna be all talk or walk the walk? Knock the crock, don't follow the flock. Put a lock on your cock. And this is for the ladies. You're kicking your leg up like a rocket. Think nothing will happen? You wanna bet? You're playing Russian roulette. Wake up in the morning and what do you get? Maybe a baby, a disease if you please. But you ain't gotta pay those fees. You could wait for one to get down on his knees. But only you hold the keys. I think that's all of them.